This presentation was based on the work by John J. Hoover and an article that he did that was titled Special Education Eligibility Decision Making in Response to Intervention Models.
This article aims at three things. First, to examine the strengths of RTI. Second, to compare RTI practices to previous pre-referral practices. And third, to examine how special education eligibility decision making best fits within RTI models. The role of special education in RTI. Special education is considered for those students who fail appropriate progress in the Tier 1 and Tier 2 levels of instruction. Tier 3 level of instruction would then be considered as special education services. Following the tier model, then RTI is designed to provide early intervention and identify students with disabilities after persistent lack of progress in Tier 1 and Tier 2 level of instruction. The pre-referral model. It's a process that has been used over the past 30 years to identify and address struggling learners. It has 3 steps: refer, test, place. Therefore, it has its flaws. The model waits for students to fail. Students are required to wait for too long in order to receive the needed supports, sometimes resulting in problems becoming more significant. It lacks a data-driven decision, and the pre-referral instruction lacks fidelity or is not evidence-based. Let's compare the pre-referral model and RTI. RTI emphasizes on prevention. It uses universal screening for early identification of at-risk or struggling learners, while the pre-referral model waits for students to fail. RTI has limited or no use of the IQ achievement discrepancy model, while the pre-referral model does. RTI has great reliance on actual achievement results, including rate of progress, while the pre-referral model doesn't. RTI uses curriculum-based measurement, while the pre-referral model uses standardized achievement tests to determine progress. RTI concerns. The RTI process doesn't provide sufficient data to rule out or identify disability. However, if used appropriately, it reduces special education placements in grades K to 3. In order for a school to transition from a pre-referral model to an RTI model, educators have to be engaged. They need to understand the difference between both models in terms of terminology as well as in practical terms. The focal point in the RTI special education nexus is use of discrepancy data to base instructional and eligibility decisions. There are 3 types of discrepancies that may be included that will be explained as follows. Potential achievement. IQ and actual achievement levels are compared. It's the least prepared one. Expected actual achievement. Learners' actual achievement levels are compared to expected achievement level based on age and/or grade. Takes into account only level of proficiency and not rate of progress towards proficiency. Dual discrepancy. Considers both level of proficiency and rate of progress in making instructional and eligibility decisions. It's the one that it's mostly preferred. Authors suggest doing additional research to further clarify how special education eligibility decision making best fits within RTI models.